Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Trevor. Really grateful to have you here. And today's video is just a recap of my top 10 favorite wares for summer 2023. So, summer's coming to a close here. The air is filled with that sort of crisp back to school feel. A lot of the kids did start going back to school where I'm at here now. And I just wanted to take a look at the 10 fragrances out of all of them that I've worn from June through August were my favorites. So starting off, I'm going to try and rank these as well with the number 10 spot. This is Tous EDT, or Tous 1920 the Origin. Sorry, there is a Tous but this is 1920 the Origin from the House of Tous. This is the EDT. There is an EDP that's in a brown bottle. This is a modernized version of L'Eau de Homme. It replaces the yuzu with grapefruit and adds a little bit of an ambroxan and sort of gives it that nice sort of staticky, fuzzy, designer, mass appeal, projection capacity. Massive compliments with this one. Definitely gives me some nostalgic aquatic vibes from the 90s that the original L'Eau de Homme does, but this has this added aquatic feel to it. The original has like a watery feel, but this has more of like an oceanic aquatic feel, saltwater aquatic feel in some sense. Very, very refreshing. Probably the most dedicated aquatic on this list here today, and perhaps the most complimented as well, though. But as far as my favorites in terms of wearing, this is going to come in at the number 10 spot. Let's go with Maahir Legacy from Lattafa. This is going to be the number 9 spot on my top 10 for summer 2023. This is a clone of Parfums de Marly Sedley, which is basically a really nice creamy lavender with a refreshing spearmint style mint. Very nice sort of sweet mint, green sweet mint, and then some ambroxan to give it a little bit of that shower gel feel. Really nice dressed up blue fragrance. This takes that, adds a few Middle Eastern style spices, and kind of ups the longevity of it. Although I do prefer the overall composition and the creaminess of the lavender in Sedley, which I've only sampled, this one does have better projection and performance in my opinion, and that added bit of spice gives it a rugged edge and makes it a little bit more masculine. So this is the number 9 spot for me. This is clone of Parfums de Marly Sedley, Lattafa's Maahir Legacy. You get this for right around $30 or $40 as well, which is really great. Okay, number 8 spot, Varvatos Artisan Pure. Another cheapie. You can get this for right around $40, and it is going to be a mainstay in my summer rotation for as long as I can keep it in there. One of my favorite just citruses in this list. It's just so refreshing, crisp, cleanly feeling. Like it feels like, you know how you have that moment where you light a candle after you get done cleaning the house and it kind of puts a capstone on your effort of cleaning yourself? This feels like that candle after you get out of the shower, groom, and get fully buttoned up. This is that capstone there that just finesses the sense of utter clean. Perfect white tea summertime banger. So beautiful and so much more expensive smelling than it is. Varvatos Artisan Pure, one of the best summer fragrances in my opinion. That's why it's on this list at the number 8 spot. Number 7 spot, going to Bvlgari's Pour Homme Extreme. So this is black pepper, tea, citrus, and woods is really what you get. Somewhat similar to the sort of Mont Blanc Starwalker DNA, but this is a little bit more grown up and spicier, and in that sense a little bit darker. But it still has like that relaxing quality from tea in this case, whereas in there it's bamboo. Then it has some nice citrus and woods that are just very clean and sharp. But then the pepper is the standout component in here that really makes this one very attractive and sexy and elegant. And Jacques Cavalier is the perfumer behind this one, so it is very well composed. Very somewhat of a lesser talked about fragrance anymore. It did come out in the 90s, but I really think this is worth getting now before it dries up. This is Bvlgari's Pour Homme Extreme, another heavily complimented one in this list as well. Okay, so that was the 7th spot. Number 6 spot going to Tom Ford's Costa Azzurra Parfum. So this is sort of my preference when it comes to the Acqua di Gio DNA. This sort of takes Profumo, which has that aromatic marine quality to it, and then drops the sort of aquatic elements from it. And it keeps like the marine feel, but drops the overt aquatic elements. Keeps the heavy aromatic woods, but delves deeper into a more balanced blue-green composition. So it is like a green-blue fragrance, very woody, very crisp, cool, cold. There's like the cypress in here just gives off a very cooling sensation, like very minty in some regard. This is my go-to when it comes to like rainy days or days that are a little bit more cooled off in the summertime. Also when I just want to be a little bit more elegant, up class, and dressed up as well, just because it has this very polished vibe to it. Yeah, so really love this one, and probably one of the most reached for out of this list this past August, or summer of 2023. That is Tom Ford's Costa Azzurra Parfum. Okay, next, so we have the top 5 now. I think we have to go with, yes, Junoon Oud for the top 5 spot. This is going to be a Bvlgari's Tigar clone. However, it takes that DNA and makes it a little bit more rich and full-bodied with a Brazilian rosewood and some patchouli. So the rosewood gives it this woody element that makes it, like I said, it gives it a little bit more richness and depth and like maturity, I want to say, with that woodiness, like that amped up woodiness, and then the patchouli gives it a little so subtle sweet quality with a little bit of an earthiness. So yeah, just like a more rich, full-bodied Bvlgari's Tigar DNA. Very beautiful, one of the most complimented in the list as well, and pretty affordable. I think this is going on Joma Shop for $50 right now. Absolute steal, and one that I also find myself just longing to reach for because it's such an easy wear. This is Clone of Bvlgari Tigar Junoon Oud from Haramain. Okay, number 4 spot, that is going to be going to Byredo's Bal de Freak. So this is pretty expensive for a simplistic fragrance. I think it is a little bit overpriced, all things considered, but at the same time, I would buy a backup bottle of this for the same price that I got this one for, which I got it for a pretty decent deal, but nothing too crazy that I couldn't probably find again. But this is a very nice, warm, almost cottony textured, clean laundry feel with some tropical florals, and then a very fine mist of citrus. Like the texture of the citrus in here is both wet because it's like fresh squeeze, but it's like filtered through a very fine mist to the point where it's like almost atomic. Citrus is a good way to describe this one, like a tropical floral atomic citrus laundry. This is Bal de Freak by Byredo. That's in the number 4 spot. So top 3 now. I think we've got Dior Homme Sport 2021 for the number 3 spot. I actually think this probably could have been number 4 with Bal de Freak at the number 3 spot, but this one probably a little bit more wearable than the. Actually, no, but Bal de Freak is very wearable as well. This one's more heavily complemented though, so more mass appealing, very nice, powdery, iso-y, super woody, almost Terre d'Hermes style fragrance with a very nice orange-ish citric tone. Also like Terre d'Hermes, the difference between this and Terre d'Hermes is that Terre d'Hermes is earthy, whereas this is airy with a very nice aldehydic component. Beautiful stuff. Like I said, very good compliments, very big scent cloud and sillage, good longevity and projection. This is, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10 designer fragrance from Dior. This is Dior Homme Sport 2021. Another one that I find myself reaching for consistently. Okay, top 2. This fragrance is why Versace Pour Homme is not in the list, and that is Creed Aventus Cologne. Kind of takes that orange mandarin style freshness with a slight aquatic, even though this isn't exactly an aquatic fragrance, it's more like citric woody. It does have just like that very refreshing appeal that an aquatic fragrance is used for practically in the summertime, and just absolutely is one of those fragrances that when I get a good whiff of it, it causes me to kind of salivate or just have a very tingles in my brain, I think is how Aaron Terrence Hughes would put it. This one is one of those fragrances that falls in that category. However, this is only number 2 in this list, leaving me with the number 1 spot, and that is going to be Roja Parfums Oceania. So this is, you know, also again not the most complimented fragrance. I actually got the Windex comment from a passerby who was smelled me wearing this one. So the sort of lemon cleaner pledge vibe is something that has been noted while I've been wearing this fragrance, but for me this is definitely an eyes roll in the back of your head sort of composition. Just a very beautiful, mouth-watering, salivating, shaved ice, lemon lime, powdery sort of citrus with this very nice ozonic and watery violet at the heart of the composition, with a beautiful medley of woods and florals. Just an absolute stunning fragrance from Roja Dove. A little bit overpriced again, kind of like the Byredo fragrance. I'd like to pay $200 or less for fragrances. That's sort of like the cap of what I think is reasonable. This one can't really get for under that price, but I do think it is worth it, and the presentation, they went above and beyond in that dimension, and it looks really great on the counter and smells even better. So this is my number 1 pick for summer 2020, Roja's Oceania. So let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite wearing experiences were this past summer. Let me know what your wish list is looking like for your shopping moving forward into 2024. And as always, I appreciate you sticking with me to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.